Hello, my name's Paul Regan. I teach at the Untitled School of Art in North London. And I'm going to show you some drawing exercises that you might like to try. I'm going to show you how to draw a portrait using tone to capture all the different shadows and the contrast on the face. I'm starting with a drawing that's already prepared using line only, which I prepared on the film How to Draw a Face from the Front. Once you've got everything in the right place, and it's worth getting everything in the right place because it allows you to be much freer with the tone. Once you've got things in the right place, then don't worry about the features until the end of the drawing now. Just think about the tone. I'm using a 4B pencil, which is quite a dark pencil, which will give me the nice contrast on the face. And the first thing I want to really look at is making sure that I notice where the dark areas are. And as you can see, the light is coming from the left-hand side and the shadows on the right-hand side. So I'm going to start with a very dark area, which is at the side of the nose here. I'm going to work quite fast, but you can do it at any speed that suits you best. So starting with the dark area, I'm coming down the face where it's very, very dark. When you start, sometimes it looks really dark, but in fact, when it's finished, it should look just about right. As it comes around here, it gets much lighter, so I'm releasing the pressure on the pencil. And in here, once again, it's much darker, coming down the face with the shading, under the eye, and the eyebrow, which is very dark in there. A little bit lighter under there. It doesn't matter if I go over the eye, I can put in all the detail later. Coming up the side of the head, and then as I come across, I'm getting much lighter, and it's very, very pale once I get past halfway. Down the side of the nose, it's darker to start with, and just where you've got detail, just be careful if there are any changes, so where it does get lighter just there, just be aware of where it's getting lighter. Underneath the nose, it comes downwards again, the skin's coming downwards, so I'm following it down, and then we've got that line that suggests where the cheek is, where it goes a bit lighter. Coming around the face, I'm using my shading coming down now. And then underneath the mouth, it gets much darker in this area here, and then I'm going to aim to get lighter over there. So darker on this side, around here, and then coming much lighter as I come to the left-hand side. Lighter across the nose, absolutely white on that part of the nose where the light's hitting. This eye socket here is light, so I don't want to go too dark, just under the eye, a little bit darker. A little bit of tone here, and then there's that line again that shows the cheek that comes into that area there. Dark under the nostril, a little bit of tone here, gets darker at the side of the nose. The lips are darker, bottom lip here is dark on this side, and the top lip is not quite as dark. Put it in there with some tone on the top. It's very light as it comes around here, face coming round, and then the rest of this side of the face is all white. I could shade the whole background in dark, which would make the face stand out really nicely. I'm going to change my pencil, or you can just go and sharpen it, get another 4B pencil, and I'm going to start making sure it's sharp, you see. And I'm going to start shading in the direction of the hair. All the hair's coming down. Then as it comes around here, it gets very, very dark. So I'm going to shade it in much darker. You can do this neatly, you can do it sketchily. It's totally up to you. You can do it quickly, you can do it slowly. And then the ear is in tone there. Bit of detail showing there. And as importantly, underneath the neck is in shadow there. Just see the collar of the t-shirt. Once you've got all the tones in, it's just a point of finishing it off with the detail. So I missed out an eyebrow here. So I'm just going to put that shape of tone in there. And then it's very dark on the iris, very dark on this iris, but I'm just going to leave a little bit of a highlight there. Otherwise it'll be too dark. I can just see a little highlight in there. Bit of tone on the bottom eye, a line in here. And you could go on for quite a while putting in little bits of detail and tidying up. But overall, what I've done is I've taken a line drawing of a face and I've looked at where it's light and where it's dark. And one last thing, Just make sure you're drawing what you really see when you're looking. That's the very important thing, not what you think you see. So that's an example of how you could do some shading on a portrait.